Alright y'all, welcome to the channel Life One Mile at a Time. We're going to get started on this 04 Explorer wheel bearing. So we're going to hop right on into it and work it through. See how we do. Let's get started. Alright, so first thing first, take a Phillips or something else that you can get in right here and just pop this right off. Okay. That's the first step. Taking this cover off. Let's figure out what bolt this is. Alright, on my vehicle, it is a 19 millimeter. Okay. And then just zip these off. Sometimes you need a little persuasion. Luckily mine didn't. But if you need to, you always take a dead blow, pop it on the sides here until it comes off. Okay, so now the tire's off. Next thing we need to do is take the mounting bolts off on my caliper and set that up somewhere so that way I don't mess the brake line. Looks like I have one here. Okay. And then one right there. It looks like my two mounting bolts there and there. So let's take this off now and we'll get to the next spot. Alright, now if you're able to, if you have the right extension for it, put it on an impact. I have this one, and put a socket on there. And this. Okay, it don't fit good, so we're not going to use it on this one. Okay, so I was able to find my swivel, okay, and as you can see, it fits on there. Okay, I don't want to go. We might have to do this by hand, guys. Okay, so yeah, we can't get it with the drill. So, we got it like this, as you can see. Now, what I like to do, take a hammer, and get up for it loose. Okay, then now it's loose. We can do it by hand. Guess what we can do? Put it on the drill. That's gonna be 1,000 times easier than trying to do it with this. So let's do that same thing here on the bottom. Get it on there. Hammer there. Okay. Okay. And we can do it by hand. Okay, that's one. That's nice and loose. Okay, now if it'll just come off, trusty hammer. Just like that. Try not to let this fall. You don't want to damage your brake line. I'm gonna shove it up here, right there. And that should be good for now. Now, this is what a bad wheel bearing sounds like. Okay. That's what it sounds like. Now mine, it's got these weird clips on them. Not on all of them, just those two. Okay. And that prevents it from coming off easy. Okay, so now we got them both bent up. I couldn't get them off still, so I grabbed some stuff to kind of grip it with. See if we can't just get up on it like this. And either we're gonna break it like we just did, just like that, or we're gonna get them off properly. Now, I do want to let you guys know, these are nowhere near necessary. When you put your caliper back on and you put these molded bounty bolts on, this ain't going nowhere, okay? You do not need it. Sometimes they have bolts in here, little screws. Again, you don't need those. They're completely unnecessary and honestly a waste of time, because half the times of this strips, and this is just a pain, okay? Alright, so now that we got both off, we can get the rotor off. Okay. Set that to the side. And this is the actual bearing. So you can really hear that. Now, that's terrible. It even looks terrible, okay? It bolts. So, one here. There's one right there. Other one right there. Like I said, those 3 bolts, you may need to turn the wheel a little bit. Let's see if we can get some access. Okay, y'all. So I got my tire all the way to the left, as you can see, because that gives us better access to this bolt right here. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Get you a little bit. This is where that leverage comes in. We're gonna spray some PB Blaster real quick. Now, if you had a CV axle, that would be in here. Okay, there's a little hole, put a center punch on, dead blow, smack it out. Okay, and you don't need to smack it out all the way, I believe, but maybe you do. But really, you just pop that out loose, so that way you can get your wheel bearing. All right, so those are still extra tight. So I found a 15.5 inch, and we're bringing up Big Dog. Okay, just like that. Jump. Okay, so I do not have another swivel for my 1/2 inch, so by hand it is. What we're going to do, actually, instead of using the 1/2 inch, we're going to take this one and take this off of impact and get to work. Remember, leverage is everything. See if we can get that drill. So put it on. Okay, that's off. But next thing we're gonna do, turn it the other way, all the way to the right, and that should give us access on this other side to that bolt a lot easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. So as you guys can see, pristine access here. Back on. And zip her off just like that, guys. Bam. It's all 3. And look, so far it's 5 bolts, guys. This ain't nothing. Now what we're gonna probably do, because this looks pretty seized on here, we're just gonna take a hammer, this dead blow, just wail on it until it comes off, okay? Let's do that. Okay, caliper zip tied there, and here. What makes this easier is a wheel bearing puller. I've been beating on this thing for hours. finally broke it loose a little bit. I was talking to my neighbor though. He ended up letting me use a wheel bearing puller. He said it cost him about $60 for it. And basically, you take it on this stud, put your lug nuts on, and just hit it. It comes up with a bar. Take a sledgehammer, beat it. And then the other one he had was you put it in kind of on this, where your mountain boat would go. And it goes on here still as well. And you take your impact, drill it, and just pulls it off. Now we're able to get it off. Take like a wire brush, try to clean up this surface. I already did that too, try to clean it up as good as I could. Okay, and then now it's time to install. Okay guys, let's take this anti-seize and just dab on it. Okay, nothing crazy. Now take your bolts, shove her in. We're gonna do that with all three. Put all three in, grab your 15, and let's tighten these bolts up. Don't tighten it too much because you want to get all three in. Okay, we got the swivel on. Let's get this top side. Okay. Okay, we gotta turn to the other side now so we can access this one. Good. We're gonna double check all of these to make sure they are tight with a hand wrench. But that's pretty much the job. 1 second, y'all. Okay, 15's on the half inch or 3/8. Let's just double check everything. Boy, that's tight. See, like that's not tight. Wheel bearings on it. Can you guys hear that? Nothing. That's a good wheel bearing right there, okay? Now, this I can stick in here like that. I don't have a spot for this. Okay, so these are going in here just like that. Okay, now this, so now shove it up in here. And that's gonna go up in your engine. Okay, so now here's the new one right here. And this goes in right there. Okay. And to take this off, originally all I did was push this button here and it slid right out. So this should just push right on in. Let's see if you guys can see that. Okay, you can. Oh, there we go, got it. And just boom, now it's in. Congratulations, you just did a wheel bearing. Now the hardest part was getting that thing off. Okay, that was difficult, but we got it off, got everything back on. Now we just gotta get the rotor, caliper, and we're done. Now, like I said earlier, I found out I do need to do my brakes, so we're not gonna put this together today. There will be a separate video, and you know, once you take it apart, you can put it back together. You saw how to do it. It's the same process. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. And y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.